What's good, everybody? It's AP Moore back with another click on series of just hitting record. All right, I got three big topics that I want to speak to you about. One of them I've said it a lot this year, and I'm gonna say it again, so I'll save the best for last. But the next two, the prior two, is ones that needs to be spoken about, so we can get a full understanding on what needs to happen as we live another day on this beautiful place we call Earth. No more energy drinking there. Still got some sparkling water left. Oh, that's good. And I'm saving this little water for the gym I'm about to go to and, do all my reading, abs, stretching after this video. All right. So guys, as you know, it's day 45, 75 hours, and day 14 at Gymshark, and it's a blessing to be here. But the process still must be attained each day, and the job's nowhere near done. And this channel is a beacon of motivation and consistency, and it will continue to be that through the test of times. All right. So that being said, I'll say like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Gango. Show love. I always reciprocate. Just simple equation. Love equal love over here, and that's how that cookie crumbles. However, that rolls into our very first topic, which is, I believe, the biggest one of them all, and that's outside noise. So you might be wondering, what's outside noise, AP? I'll explain to you. What I'm referencing is the chatter that you might hear from people in your environment, people in your surroundings. You may not be in a optimal place currently right now in your life, but take it from somebody who was also in the same shoes, somewhat still in. You always have a decision, all right? You always have a choice. All right, it may be harder depending on where you're at and the situation, but you can either choose to indulge and listen to what is being said from the outside noise, whether it's negative, whether it's off topic, and everything under the sun. Something that you just don't want to hear, that you just don't want to consume for your conscious or subconscious mind. Make that decision to block it off. Best advice for that, I will always say, keep a pair of headphones with you so you can tone out the noise. All right. But as you go on a journey of being better, the best version of yourself, and whatever that looks like to you, because it's different for all, because we all come in different shapes, sizes, colors, heights, genders, and anything under the sun, you must find a way. In bad environments, obviously, it makes it much harder to disconnect from the outside noise. Where in better environments it's easier, where now it's a matter of closing that laptop, turning off that TV show. Regardless, it's all choices. You must make that choice to say, no, I don't want to hear that, I don't want to consume that. Even when it comes to music, all right, there's a time and place for everything. Because there was a time in my life, not too long ago, where I was listening to rap every day, just talking that good shit. I ain't ever gonna sugarcoat it, and bumping, hearing the beat. And then I started realizing I'm saying the words back to back to back. What is that doing for me? Nothing. All right. Life is in the tongue. We all know that. Anybody who's had any ounce of success understands life is in the tongue. So what you say, whether you agree to it or not, your subconscious mind is listening. So when you hear the outside noise about, say, somebody says or shoots an ad hominem attack at you, you can be reactive, you can be proactive or reactive, and I choose reactive every time. I choose proactive every time by simply, before I see that coming, I do what's required so that I can prevent it. But sometimes you're not going to be able to, so you have to be reactive. And the best way to be reactive is making a decision not to indulge. All right. So if you get an ad hominem comment sent your way, brush it right off. I want to respond back with something ill, I would just brush it right off and focus on your next task. Or big spoon, people like to say, and disconnect from whoever or whatever group that's doing that. All right, because if you indulge in it, yeah, you might be able to shake it off once or twice, but eventually, that outside noise gets you. It gets us all. It's like somebody who smells like they want to be alone. All right, we all know somebody who smell like they want to be alone. Stay around them long enough, next thing you know, their stench is rubbing off on you. There's no way to stop it. All right, you have to disconnect yourself from that person for you to really get that strong fulfillment of not getting what they got, all right, or whatever they got going on. And that's the outside noise, all right, to ad hominem attacks, to everything that is going any direction that you don't want to go. It's outside noise, all right? And it is imperative that you block it out, all right? Because literally, guys and gals, for all my beautiful people, men and women watching, salute you for subscribing to the channel and, indulging in this great content. If you don't disconnect, eventually it will consume you. Eventually. All right, we all have the strongest wills and titanium skin, but eventually it can be penetrated. So you must make that decision and pivot and go the other way. And you must be proactive by doing the necessary things to the best of your ability or your situation to isolate and get out that situation or that realm. And if you can't be proactive, be reactive. So when that comes your way, you know what to do to get out that situation. All right. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's something that you got to work at, and you got to truly make a conscious decision that, hey, I don't want to indulge in this stuff. I don't care to hear this. I don't care to be talked to this type of way. Let me set this boundary and then move forward. All right. Going into our next topic, which I believe is also very, very, very crucial when it comes to just moving with a purpose, when it comes to living a life that you seem is best for you, when it comes to just your everyday character. If you don't want to live a social media life and just a life of who you want to be seen as and known for, is being relatable. All right, guys, what I'm learning is truly there is no need to reinvent the wheel. All right, now you can make things more optimal, and you can figure out better and slicker ways to get whatever you want to get done or completed in a more smoother transition. But starting out, until you reach a certain dimension or chapter, no reason to invent the wheel. The wheels have been invented, and there's a plethora of them depending on what you like and enjoy to do to get you to where you want to go before you have to really start getting creative, like uber creative and unique. All right, so best advice for that, and I'm a living testimony of it. All right, this is everything I talk about. I'm talking about my life. All right, every single thing I talk about, I only can talk about my life in such conviction. All right, and if I'm not versed in the topic that's being spoken about, if I'm say with a group or somebody who's more on a bigger chapter than I am, I'm usually mute and I'll just be quiet. But being relatable, guys, is imperative. All right, simply just being relatable, figuring out ways to not reinvent that wheel and do what's already worked. However, though, repurpose it. All right, repurpose it, because there's like 1.8 billion people on this earth. Really ask yourself, how many of them 1.8 billion are near identical to you, very, very similar to you, maybe one or two things off, because obviously one person is the same. That's why we all have unique fingerprints. But how many of these 1.8 billion people are a slight variation of you? Easily 100,000 plus. Yeah, I said it, easily 100,000 plus. All right. So being relatable is imperative on whatever you want to do and accomplish at its optimal levels that I'm learning, and that I hope you guys learn as well on this journey. All right, because this is definitely, like I always say, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint in life. It's not a sprint with fitness. It's not a sprint with loving somebody or relationships. None of it is a sprint. Everything is a marathon. Everything and anything worth having is literally a process that you have to go through. Whether you choose to or not, it's gonna happen. All right, it's like time. It don't stop for nobody. Nada. No one. Finito. All right, it's gonna keep on keeping on. Tick tock, tick tock. All right. And then going into our final topic, which I've already spoke about numerous times in this video, but like again I said, I'm saving the best for last. And I've spoke about it all year now. We're looking at day 14 today, and the ending of day 14, rolling into day 15, halfway, almost at the halfway point for the first month of 2025. And that's making a decision. All right, guys. Truly, and gals, all right, you must make a decision. If you have not made a decision yet, all right, at the halfway point in the new year of the first month, you are wrong. Make a decision, all right? And a video I saw earlier today, which I think is profound to do, is write a list down of 10. We had 10 topics. If I knew this before I've already had my decisions made, I would have done it. So I might be doing this next around March. But make a list of the 10 things you want to aim for. And then from that list, pick one. And make a decision. I'm going to get that done. Simple, 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 simple. And it's whatever you deem is worthy and a priority for you. All right, there's no right or wrong answer to making a decision in this life. It's about you living what comes with that decision, the good, bad, and ugly. All right, because no matter what, no matter how you look at this life, everything is a sacrifice. For example, currently I'm on 75 hard and I can't drink alcohol. I have my best friend who's in town who wants to go out, and I know he's alcoholic per se. He's not, all right, but I just we're all hypothetically speaking. And say the best friend invites me out to the club. I don't go to the club. I don't do none of that stuff no more. And drinking bottles, this and that. But I know I need to get some sleep. So I still go, obviously, show love, show face. But now I have a choice to make where I can either sacrifice my precious hours of sleep that I know is vital, my goals to get me to where I want to go that I've already set, or I can sacrifice the time with the party and staying there and doing everything, like not drinking, but working my discipline down more and more and more, being in an environment I don't want to be in because the best friend is there, because invite. Well, I'm telling you this now, 1,000%, I'm choosing to go home and making that sacrifice for the party and all the fun stuff that's gonna come with the extra alcohol, because I believe in my goal, or be doing X, Y, and Z for my goal set. So I've made the partying of the best friends a sacrifice for the goal to be reached and met by following my processes daily. Because I understand if I stay out and I sacrifice, precious hours of sleep, the next day I'm not going to be at optimal level to be effective, because instead of me having my 6 to 9 hours, I only got 4. You see how the sacrifice will happen regardless, and that's what life, it's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. Something will be sacrificed. So it's best to make your decision, and everything that's opposite of your decision is a sacrifice. So your decision will be met and your goal of your decision will be made. All right. You do that, you cannot lose. You follow the process, do the exact steps every single day, 5 tasks, boom, every single day. You keep winning a day over and over and over. Win a day, win a week, win a month, win a year, win a decade. You cannot lose. And I wish I would have knew this 10 years ago. As crystal clear. But hey, the first time to know something, what they say is X, Y, and Z number, but the second best time is when you find out. And this is the second best time. And I ain't letting it go. All right? So it's making a decision, guys. And then staying consistent, obviously. As you see me, I'm staying consistent. You know, errors happen. I oversleep. I wake up earlier than expected. I can't go to sleep. Day is packed. I'm hurting and tired. I want to make excuses. That bitch voice get in my head. But regardless, I made a decision to be consistent. Making a decision is imperative to whatever goal or accomplishment you expect or hope to reach. I don't care who you are, in what situation, whether you got all your limbs, whether you got 2 limbs, whether you got both your eyes, whether you got 1.5. All right. And then on that note, again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Gango. Show some love. I have no problem reciprocating. I have a problem responding to comments when I see them on the channel. And if you made it this far, you're a real one. I appreciate you for just giving me a little 17 minutes of your time for me to break bread with y'all. And I'll be excited to talk to y'all more tomorrow about day 46 and things like that in the morning. And shortly after I work out, I'm going to get that video up for my reel. Go show love to that if you see it. Besides that, y'all, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Peace.